Hi guys, this is Christina coming at you for week 5 Persuasive Speech. The purpose of my speech today is to convince you to stay in school. Students often have several different demands on their time, and sometimes it can seem logical to step back, take a break, get back to your education later, but that is really not the best of ideas. Many people who drop out feel serious regrets about it later. What you need to do is figure out why you're feeling like it's just too much and you can't do it. It could be a combination of family time commitments, you're feeling guilty about the time you're spending on your schoolwork instead of with your family. It can be work, expecting too much, not understanding how much you have on your plate. It can be the schoolwork itself is just overwhelming. The best thing to do, in my opinion, is to get organized, sort it out, figure out exactly where all your time is going, and write yourself a schedule. Figure out when exactly your commitments are for school, family, and work. Write down your assignments. Put them in a little brain, as my last speech told you about my brain. List your assignments, your due dates, your tests, your projects, exactly what your school requirements are on your time. For your family, fill in your church outings, fill in your scheduled activities when you have to pick up kids after school, when you have appointments, anything that you need to do, even if it's just sitting down playing a game of cards before bed after you clean up the kitchen. Figure out your work commitments, when you have projects, when you have anything special beyond your 40 hours or whatever it is you work each week. Sorry about that. There are several different studies that have been done, both on high school and college dropouts. The high schoolers, surprisingly, I looked up this educational leadership. It's a little in reverse, it looks like. Sorry about that. But it says approximately 1/3 of all high school students in the United States fail to graduate. I didn't know that it was that high. Honestly, that's very disturbing. It's even higher, it says, in the Hispanics and blacks. It says the rate rises to 50%. And some of the reasons that I'm drawing this to your attention, because some of the reasons are the same things that we're running into as adult learners. Miss too many days, well, we're taking an online class, so that one's not too relevant. Spent time with people who were not interested in school. Well, our peers, especially those of us going back for our second degrees or more, they're like, why are you doing this? This is not worth it. And they still want to do the same social activities that y'all were doing before you decided to settle into school. So that can be a little trying. I know my social life is pretty much nosedived. And too much freedom, that's the big one. We have to have the discipline to go in and do the work. And it can be kind of hard, especially when your time's getting pulled in different directions. Other things that we're running into, working, parenthood, having to care for a family, these are all problems that high schoolers are having, as well as we are as adult learners. That's interesting to me. From there, I'm moving on to the reasons that adult college students drop out. And I was kind of surprised to see they count adult students, non-traditional students, as anybody 23 and up. So I'm thinking that makes me the equivalent of 2 adult students. Kind of disturbing. The main reasons for wanting to drop out, I did not have the right page in the front. Anxiety, stress over college-related expenses. I'm pretty worried about when those student loans have to be paid back. The big one for me is actually the second one they list. Anxiety about not spending time with friends and loved ones. I know I'm feeling a lot of guilt about the time I'm not spending with my kids. Worrying about your intellectual ability to complete coursework, not so much. Stress because classes interfere with a normal routine, that one only is scoring 49%. And then resentment, There are some classes kind of like, I'm never going to use that ever. Why am I having to do that? But we can accept this. With the online learning, this is not very clear on your screen, I'm sorry. It talks about checking to see if there are online chat rooms, tutorial services, study aids. Pretty much just check out the different resources that can help you. But there are a lot of things out there. I put an asterisk next to do not isolate yourself. That is a big thing. You get so bogged down between work, family, and school. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You are going to have better earnings. You're going to have that degree for the rest of your life if you can just hang in there. There are a lot of reasons, there are a lot of excuses. It's similar to wanting to lose weight, something big like that. It's very life altering, but it is short term. If you just plow through it, I don't cop out. Just plow through it and you will be happy in the end. If you decide to go on for your master's, for a doctorate, that's wonderful, but you don't have to. You'll always have that bachelor's or associate's. If you're going for that, you'll always have that behind you to fall back on and to show you have the tenacity. You should have better paychecks. You should be more marketable. There are so many advantages if you just stick with it and don't give up. You can do this. And everybody's proud of you. I'm proud of us all for getting this far. Hope you have a great evening. Take care, guys.